welcome to my new series, Why It Didn't Work. And to kick it all off, I selected the 1993 Arnold Schwarzenegger misfire, Last Action Hero. Now I would like to clarify that it is okay for you to like the movies that I will be looking at in this series. I actually like Last Action Hero, but you have to admit it could have been much better. So this video will try to look at the original ideas that went into the story, the problems with the final film, and what could have been done to improve it. The original script for Last Action Hero was done by first-time screenwriters Zach Penn and Adam Leaf, who after watching several R-rated action films in a row, decided to write a screenplay that mocked all of the genre's conventions. The first draft of the script was titled Extremely Violent, and had a much darker edge than the finished film, showing more graphic violence and a higher body count. It also made the Slater character comically one-dimensional, and incapable of thinking 2 steps ahead of the bad guys. The script's story needed work, but the concept was solid gold in Hollywood. The idea of having a kid go inside a movie and having an action adventure was too good to pass up. So Columbia Pictures bought the script for a whopping $350,000. After selling to Columbia, Penn and Leaf were promised that they could be part of the rewrite process. But to their disappointment, they got a taste of how brutal the movie business could actually be. After the script's sale, screenwriter Shane Black, who wrote the original Lethal Weapon, was brought in to rewrite it, which led to changes that Penn and Leaf could not agree with. This included making the Danny character younger, making the villains mobsters, and changing Slater into a wisecracking John McClane type of character that Schwarzenegger could never pull off.
That guy's gotta be guilty of something.
Yeah, he's guilty of acting like an asshole. If I arrest him, I have to arrest half of Congress.
Swing and a miss.
Bringing in Black to do the rewrites was the first of many mistakes for Last Action Hero. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Shane Black's work, particularly his film Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, but if you are trying to make fun of action movie cliches, you don't bring in the man who helped create them in the first place. So, after many arguments, Black stopped collaborating with Penn and Leaf, and they were reduced to getting only story credit for the film. Now, Black was not the only person hired to do a draft of the screenplay. So many writers had their hands in the story that by the end of it, there was no coherent vision left. On the first day of shooting, nobody, not even the director, knew if they were making a kids' movie or an ultra-violent parody.
Oh, shit!
Which leads me to the next problem, the film's director. Now for you loyal viewers, you already know my admiration for John McTiernan, but I don't think he was the right choice for Last Action Hero. McTiernan's strength is not the fantasy genre, which is what Last Action Hero is, a fantasy film with bombs and guns. McTiernan's strength is making ridiculous events that are set in the real world seem possible to the viewer. Whether they be an alien hunter on Earth, a New York cop killing 20 terrorists by himself, or a Russian submarine commander that speaks with a Scottish accent.
They will tremble again at the sound of our silence.
Directors like Steven Spielberg or Robert Zemeckis would have been much better suited for this kind of story. But what I think could have been fantastic is if 2 different directors made the film at the exact same time. One filming the gritty, real-world New York scenes, and another filming the action movie scenes to show more of a difference in the worlds. My pipe dream would have had Abel Ferrara and Richard Donner team up to make the film. Now that's a movie I'd pay to see. But given the production circumstances created by Columbia, I don't even think Sam Peckinpah's Ghost could have made a good movie. From the first day of shooting to the June 13th, 1993 release date, McTiernan only had 9.5 months to rewrite, shoot, and edit the film. McTiernan even said that the reason why there is no comedic timing or rhythm in the film is that he only had 3 weeks to edit before it was released into theaters. And as if things couldn't have gotten any worse, Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park was going to be released 1 week before Last Action Hero.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is Jack Slater.
This hero stuff has its limits.
Jack Slater is
Everybody down! Now!
the last action hero. The big ticket for 93.
I'll be back. Ha! You did not gonna say that, did you?
That's what you always say.
I do?
So after all the rewrites, all of the reshoots, and all of the bad press, how did Last Action Hero perform at the box office?
It's a bomb!
Yes, Arnold. Yes, it was. If you can't be entertained by Last Action Hero, then you can certainly learn something from it. It is a fantastic example of what not to do when making a movie. It lacks focus in its story, has no creativity in its directing, and absolutely no care from its studio. But hey, at least we got to see a cartoon cat shoot F. Murray Abraham.
Whiskers! Where the hell have you been?
Sorry, Jack. Furball problem.
Sheesh, I thought that was dumb even when I was 7 years old. We'll see you next time, where we get to see more of Charles Dance's talent get wasted. Sit down.
I think it might be better if I left. I find you unpleasant to be around.
Thanks for watching.